On this edition of the Sports Desk, we're coming to you from the home of the Bishop Montgomery Knights as they host Cantwell's Sacred Heart in a game that goes down to the wire. Don't miss the highlights. Plus, on the volleyball court, the North Saxons are playing the Lady Eagles for a top spot in the Pioneer League. And it's South versus Torrance in a real good old gridiron showdown. There's all that and a whole lot more. Sports Desk fans, get fired up because it starts right now. Right, Sports Desk fans, you heard me right. I'm here on the campus of Bishop Montgomery High School, where they are hosting Cantwell Sacred Heart to a great Delray League showdown. We will have the wrap-up and the highlight of this football game at the end of the show. But first, let's talk a little bit of prep volleyball. Lady Knight style, that is. And that brings me to introduce to you Sports Desk reporter Juan Hernandez. How are you doing this lovely Friday night?
I'm doing great, Bonnie. There's a buzz about Knights football again. It's Friday night. Where else would I be, right?
That's right. And there's usually a buzz about the Lady Knight volleyball team. They had a tough preseason schedule, which Coach Carrie Ray usually does to get them ready for the postseason. Why don't you fill us in on how they're going to look the rest of the season?
Exactly like you said. Really tough preseason schedule. But impressively enough, they came out right around 500, so the test was going to be, let's see how they can get through those Delray League matchups heading into the postseason in the Southern Section. So that's why we made sure to make it out, see them face off against LaSalle when they came here to Bishop Montgomery last week. LaSalle leading the league so far and on a 4-game winning streak. Let's see what we got for them.
And just like we've been seeing throughout the NFL lately, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, your Knights come out sporting some new pink threads when facing off against a tough LaSalle Lancers squad. The Knights would get off to a hot start in this one, but not without learning real quickly just how athletic that Lancers squad was. Setting Bria Green up the middle here, and check out this dig. Not to be outdone by a couple of her LaSalle teammates with 2 nice saves, before Shannon Dayden finally steps in with the kill. You're not digging that one out, as Bishop Montgomery goes on to win that first set, 25-21. Second set, though, and the tide would turn real quickly with a couple of Knights mistakes and a pumped-up LaSalle squad. The Knights would fall behind by as much as 5 before Coach Carrie Ray pulls them off to the side, gives them a little bit of a pep talk, and Katie Brown would go on a little bit of a hot streak at the serve, pulling her team to within 2 at 21-19. And during that run, we came out with possibly one of the longest plays you're going to see from this team all season long. We actually don't even have time to show you the whole thing. We'll probably start in the highlight about 10 to 15 seconds into it. After exchanging kill attempts back and forth, a couple plays at the net, a couple digs here and there, Bishop proving that they wouldn't back down from the Lancers no matter what deficit they faced. So we get to see some more athletic plays from both squads before this ball clearly hit out of bounds. But when the side judge says otherwise, Bishop is understandably frustrated with the call. The officials end up giving the point to the Lancers after all, and, well, if nothing else, they at least got a hand out of that one. Unfortunately, that would end up putting the kibosh on the Bishop comeback. They'd end up losing the second set, 25-22. From there on out, it was a little more of the same as the Knights would continue to be frustrated and the Lancers would continue to roll. Setter Denise Belandres had a productive night, and of course, as always, Bria Green had a productive night of her own. But even after leading early on in the fourth set, well, that lead would eventually slip away, and we'd see the Knights lose 3 sets in a row to fall to 1-1 in Delray League play, sitting in the middle of the pack in their league standings, while the Lancers are 3-0.
Thanks out to Juan Hernandez for those highlights. Bishop Montgomery might have lost to LaSalle, but they play Mary Starr and St. Joseph this week to get back on top of Delray League. And it's no surprise that Bria Green is on top of the stat board with the most kills and blocks, and Katie Brown has the most digs. Let's now go up in the stands at the Bishop Montgomery football game. Welcome back. As you might know, we have been to all of the schools in Torrance. And let me tell you, I've been to student sections, and this by far here at Bishop Montgomery, they're quiet now, but they are the loudest group that I have seen with the most spirit, right? I'm being very truthful about that. And I'm here with a freshman. Her name is Serena, and it's scarf night here because it's a little bit cold. Serena, tell me what it's like being a Bishop Montgomery Knight.
It's really fun. It's a new experience for me. It's like,
Well, of course, because you're a freshman. How much fun is it knowing that your football team is good this year?
it's like really surprising because I thought they would suck, but they're very, very good.
Well, I know that there's a senior right here, right? And you have been here, my friend, for the last couple years, and your team hasn't been so good. This year they're doing pretty well.
They are.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's due to the hard work of our team, and I think they're doing great this season. I want them to win, keep on winning.
Yeah. That's right. Let's go, Knights. The Lady Saxon volleyball team is trying to stay atop Pioneer League. Can they get past the El Segundo Eagles? Stay tuned.